Hello, my vivacious Virgos. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you very much, Virgo, because your last video in the video set got the most likes. Thank you, thank you. So you are first this time. Like, it seems so simple, right? It's so like Virgo energy of like, if this is what I want and someone says to do this, then I'm going to do it so I get what I want, right? And I feel like you've set that in the relationship and they're just not following through. So I totally picked that up. For anyone new here, welcome. I'm going to be using the Manara Erotic Tarot for the general energy of what's going on. Here we also take a look into the light aspects of things, which are the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on, and also what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow. That's the more darker, deeper, difficult karmic lessons and what might be hidden from us in the shadow. And we try to bring that to the light, not only to become aware of it, but so that we can heal it. So I'm recording these during Cancer season, and since I'm doing that, I'm going to be channeling the emotional root of what is happening in your twin flame or soulmate journey. Don't forget that we are in Mercury retrograde in Cancer as well, and the Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn just moved back from Aquarius into Capricorn on June 30th, which is the day that I'm recording this. We also have Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So for any more like astrology and other good spiritual stuff, please follow me at Sachi the Scorpio on Instagram or at Scorpio Sachi on Twitter. There will also be more info about this spread in the extended, and the link will be in the description box below. For anyone who needs to break cycles, and as you know, cycle breaking is the way to unite in the twin flame journey, please see my eclipse messages and solstice cycle breaking tarot, which I will link at the end of this video. I put them in a playlist, but just a warning, it is not for the faint of heart. Okay, it's for people who are actively breaking their cycles. They can be a little harsh, just letting you know. So, okay, during the cleansing ceremony, the Fool popped up, which is Uranus. So some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but it's more of the Aquarian forces. And what I was getting is that there was some sort of surprise, some sort of new beginning that is being undertaken. And the Fool in that deck is like Pinocchio. So I was hearing like, make me a real boy or make me a real girl. Right? There's this sense of kind of hierarchy of what someone is giving to somebody else. Even more so because fairy energy popped out in the clarifier deck in reverse. So I feel like some of you either have ended a relationship or you're in separation with your partner. It could be that you weren't listening to your crown chakra for a while, your higher self, and now you are. And I feel like it's because there was an unequal exchange in the deal making in relationships where it was very one-sided. So let's see what is at the emotional root of Virgo right now. We have forgetting oneself. I'm sorry to hear that, Virgo. So it looks like, you know, you might have forgotten who you truly are. You might have given your power to this person and forgetting, you know, the you that you need to focus on and kind of giving it all to this person. There could have been some sort of enmeshment where your sense of self was very much linked to your partner. What's going on with the twin flame soulmate? I heard that they're not there. Revenge. Wow. So they are in revenge mode for whatever reason. I don't know if maybe you enacted revenge on them, but it looks like revenge might be on their mind for something that happened. Well, that's not what we want to see, but hey, we're getting to the emotional root of things. You know I don't fuck around here. Mama Sachi, don't fuck around. All right, so we will look at the connective after we look at your individual energies here. But let's see for our vivacious Virgos, what is their energy for July? You can't forget yourself. You cannot forget yourself. What is going on? The Tower. Yeah, wow. So they're definitely, either you have brought something to an end or, you know, you brought it to an end because you realized, like, I was forgetting myself, right? I let this person play me. I let this person take from me without giving back, and you have ended things, right? Or you're coming to the conclusion that this has to come to an end, because the Tower in this deck it isn't like a normal tower, right? They're still standing. This is the inevitable emotional decay of a relationship. So it hasn't been struck by lightning, but it's going to, right? This is the slow erosion by the rain, by the water. So like the emotional toll that the tower takes before it, you know, before it comes to a crumble. So I think that you are very much, you're either, you've caused that tower moment, or you understand that this is inevitable. And you might have seen, like, the way that things are going emotionally, that I just need to, you know, end things, because the way it's going is not okay. We do have Mars here, so I feel like you are the one who's been taking action, and it's because you came to this realization that you were abandoning yourself, right? You forgot yourself. You forgot who you truly are. And Virgos, I love ya. I love you. You can't forget yourself, because, you know, Virgo energy is all about serving others, right? Virgo, the 6th house, service to others. So, and of course, health and detail and things like that. But Virgos serve other people. And we had that energy come up in the cleansing ceremony of the Fool, which is all about, it's Pinocchio, like, make me a real boy, right? And, or make me a real girl. And it, like, I feel like that's how your partner was, is like, fix me, like, you can do it. And of course, as a Virgo, you can fix someone. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can't. No one can fix somebody else. But the thing is, you will give to try to get them to be their higher self, right? And you can't fall in love with someone's higher self. You know, you have to simulate them to find their higher self, right? So, but you can't forget your higher self. And I feel like you did so many services to others, right? You're the action taker, you're Mars here, that you've just realized, like, this is going to come to an end, or it needs to come to an end, or you took action to cause it to come to an end. And also I will say that we had Mars just enter Aries a couple days ago, which is really lighting a fire under all of our asses after it was in Pisces for so long, which is kind of like, go along to get along, kumbaya, you know? And now it's like, now Mars is at home in Aries. The god of war is home. All right, what's the light aspect here of Virgo's energy? Trainer, Professor Kukui. So trainer cards always indicate somebody else, right? So your person, they might be a professional of some sort. You might be going towards professional. It's possible that you are either, you know, maybe seeing a therapist or seeking spiritual counsel. Definitely going towards someone of a high profession that, you know, look at him. He has the answer and it's in his pocket, right? If this is indicating your other person, you might be like, they're always acting like they're the professional and they have the answer, right? They might have been trying to guide you and manipulate you into taking action to forget yourself, right? And that's why it's this inevitable decay by the way that things are taking action. And you're very much aware of this, right? It's in the light. What's the shadow here in Virgo's energy? What's the shadow? I saw psychic energy come out, so you could still be very much psychically attached to this person. What is in the shadow for Virgo here at the emotional root of things? I think you had that in your last reading as well. What's the shadow here? We have Clefairy using double slap. Again, it's that fairy type. Like I mentioned, fairy energy came out in the cleansing ceremony. So we have Clefairy using double slap. And I feel like you've been double slapped, right? It's the 2 towers, never forget. And, you know, you've been double slapped by this. I feel like there could have been 2 things that have kind of come to an end in your life, not just this relationship, but you've been double slapped out of this because you're realizing, like, look at Clefairy. By the way, Clefairy is the moon praiser Pokemon and gets power from the moon. So I feel like these eclipses have really been, woof, you know, they've been doing a lot to us, right? We had the eclipse in Sagittarius for the last full moon. We just had the new moon Cancer eclipse on the solstice, which is where I channeled the energy from in my eclipse messages and solstice cycle breaking tarot. And then we have the Capricorn eclipse coming up on July 4th or 5th, depending on where you live. So there's a lot going on with the moon. And I feel like emotionally this has, you know, definitely been having a number on you, as it is with everyone, right? But you're coming to the realization and been like double smacked in the face that you've been hypnotized by somebody, right? Here's Hypno in the back, which is the hypnosis Pokemon, and put Clefairy under this, you know, hypnotism where Clefairy can't see anymore. So I feel like it's possible that your person is like a master manipulator, right? And you're realizing like that they've been hypnotizing you basically on the way that this fairy type energy, and you know, fairies are tricksters, right? You don't get anything from a fairy unless you give to them, but usually they steal something from you and then try to barter it back to you, right? It's the fae folk. You never know. There's a bunch of different kinds. But anyway, I really feel like you're waking up to this. It's possible that you are seeing a hypnotist for some of you. It says the moonlight that it stores in its wings on its back apparently give it the ability to float in mid-air. So again, that moonlight and being stored, I really feel like the way that the eclipse is, the way that the moon is influencing you right now is really, it's like you're storing it up so that you can fly, right? You forgot yourself for a while. It's okay. We all do, Virgo, but that's the emotional root of it. You forgot yourself and you're realizing like, all right, through the help of someone else, that like this needs to come to an end because I've been played a fool. And now you're ready to take all of that lunar energy, put it in your wings so that you can fly. Let's see what is going on with your person and their revengeful ass. What the fuck? So that's at their emotional root, right? They want revenge, which, you know, here we have Mars, which could be Aries, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio because revenge, I always think of like Scorpio's revenge, right? But they're very much in this mindset that they need to get back at you. And I'm very sorry to hear that because it's childish, right? So obviously they have some issues with dealing with confrontation right off the bat. What's the Twin Flame Soulmates energy here? What's the Twin Flame Soulmates energy? We have the 9 of Fire, which is Sagittarius Moon. So they could be, they're going to be aggressive like this. And I feel like they might get involved with someone else sexually in order to try to get revenge on you. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it when it comes up. I don't like being the bearer of bad news, but I will if I need to. But they might, it's possible that maybe you had some sort of infidelity or something like that. And they want to do it back, but really they are going to, they want like some sort of sexual revenge, and I really hate to say that, but it is a moon, right? Sagittarius moon, so it could be emotionally. So they might just emotionally make you think like they're going towards something. But this is really unevolved feminine energy, right? It's ravenous feminine energy of just like cock grabbing. Which of course is like, okay, if it's like in a consensual sort of setting, but you can tell by the dude's face, like very surprised, like whoop. So I'm thinking that, you know, this unevolved, it's more so unevolved emotional energy because it's the Sagittarius moon here. So like the way that they are going to try to emotionally move on is to get sexually involved with someone else, which is already showing the immaturity. And that is immature divine feminine energy of needing to be a part of somebody, right? Of needing to feel like a counterpart. That's a very much a divine feminine wound. So their feminine energy is not balanced here, and they feel the need to sexually attach themselves to someone else in order to seek revenge. No judgment, but like that's some low vibe shit. All right, what's the light energy here? What is the light energy here? Psychic. So Girafarig using Mind Shock and Drowsy using Psy Shock. Yeah, so they are absolutely shocked by what you did. This tower moment, it's a psychic shock to them in their third eye. It's like they couldn't even see it coming, right? And also mind shock. Like they are just in a state of shock, right? Or Psy Shot, sorry. So I feel like psychically they could be shooting at you, right? And it's because they're in this state of shock. And look at all of this you know, like they have these aura balls, right? And they're ready to side shot it at you because they're in such shock. Like their third eye, they never could have even imagined of what this is. It says, its tail has a small brain of its own. Beware, if you get close, it may react to your scent by biting. So whenever we talk about the tail, I always take it as the past, right? And as you can see, giraffe rig does have a head on its tail, right? Like it might eat ass, but its ass eats too. But whenever it's coming from the past, I feel like they have, like, their past has a mind of its own. And it causes, of course, like Cancer season, when I'm recording this, is all about the emotional roots, right? Ancestral trauma, like the emotional root of each single situation, but also, you know, their own emotional life and where they took emotionally roots, where they were emotionally rooted, you know, how they were emotionally rooted. Like what sort of family dynamics did they grow up into to program their emotional world and their emotional body, right? Because obviously they were just a taker, is what I'm getting. Making you lose your sense of self because they wanted you to be so enmeshed in their sense of self, because what are they doing? They're going after another person because it's unevolved energy. So it says, beware, if you get too close, it may react to your scent by biting. So the thing is like, they're so, again, it's that unevolved divine feminine energy where like, if you get close, they'll just hurt you, right? They're in this for revenge right now. Shaking my damn head. All right, it says, puts enemies to sleep, then eats their dreams. Occasionally gets sick from eating only bad dreams. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, it talks about putting them to sleep, and here we have them being a hypno and trying to put you under hypnosis, right, to control you. And they try to do it and act like, oh, it's because I'm a professional and I know better for you and things like that. And it's like, no. Like they put you under hypnosis to eat your dreams. And I'm really getting this jealousy energy where they want your shine, right? Virgos can do it all. And more so, you're so willing to help other people. And I feel like they just took it for like advantage of you in that way. And it's like, you know, they ate your dreams away because they didn't have any of their own, right? They attach to other people, and that's how they get their emotional fulfillment, you know, likely because they were emotionally programmed that way by their parents. So, you know, and it says occasionally gets sick from eating only bad dreams. So I feel like this person is having nightmares about you, and might have even told you because it's in the light. And you know that they're this way, right? Because it's in the light. So you're very aware of it. Either that or they're aware of this in themselves, that they're, you know, that they have a past that haunts them and they react on it and it causes them, you know, when you get too close to hurt you, and that they eat your dreams. But I really feel like they are, you know, that they're having nightmares about you. They're having bad dreams for sure. All right, what is the shadow energy for this person? What's the shadow energy here? What's the shadow energy? What's the shadow energy for the twin flame soulmate? So we have dragon using tuning. Yeah, so this is dragon type I always take as twin flame energy. So for those of you it's your twin flame, this is further confirmation. Tuning, so they are, and it's in the 5D, so you might not be aware of it, but they're very much like tuning into their surroundings, right? This is helping them grow. This is helping their soul growth in order to get more tuned into the spiritual realm, right? Because their mind right now, their third eye, is just like in shock. Their mind is in shock about this. And how do they react? Instinctually by wanting revenge, by connecting to somebody else, right? Really low vibe, but it's causing them to tune more into themselves, right? And this is like a bat energy. So we have bat spirit coming up, and it's very much, you know, listening to surroundings. So they might even be, you know, trying to hear gossip about you or whatever, like trying to find out things through like your social media or through a third party more about you, because they're all ears right now. It says the ultrasonic waves it emits from its ears can reduce a large boulder to pebbles. It swoops out of the dark to attack. So, you know, it talks about taking these large boulders to pebbles, and we have like, basically that's what Drowsy has done here with the rocks, right? Has like crushed them into smaller pieces and is ready for attack. So definitely I feel like they're going to be coming at you. I'm sorry to say that, Virgo. But it's in the shadow, right? So like psychically they're going to do this. And obviously you're very, you know, connected psychically, especially if this is your twin flame. So just be aware. I would kind of cut off the telepathic communication for a while. I mean, just a suggestion. This is not what the cards are saying, but if you don't want this psychic attack, right? Cut it out, because they're getting prepared to, you know, swooping out of the dark to attack. So yeah, just like, what the frickety frack, right? This person's something else. All right, let's see what the outcome and the connective is for the month of July. Peaceful among thorns. Good. So even though that there is some issues here, there is going to be peace, right? The thorns, the attacks that are going to be coming at you, you are going to maintain your balance. You are going to maintain your stability and find peace, right? And that is the ultimate thing that you want, right? Because they're going to come for revenge. Let them tire themselves the fuck out, right? Because ultimately this is helping them spiritually ascend, right? By you being able to end things and take control over your life, it's going to eventually cause peace in this connection. I love it. I love it. The thing is to just not be retaliatory is what I'm thinking, but we'll see. What is the outcome for July? Whoa. What's the outcome for Virgo and the soulmate twin flame for the month of July? Death. Yeah, Scorpio energy. So this is not the ending, right? It's the false illusion of an ending like death is. This is allowing a rebirth to occur, right? We have scorpionic energy. It could be that it rebirths during Scorpio season, but I'm really getting that it could be sooner, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio. But this definitely, the way to find peace amongst this is to let things end so that it can be rebirthed. And you're on board with this, you know, because you have the Tower, right? Whether you have ended things or you know that inevitably it is going to happen, it really needs to die so that it can be reborn. What's the light energy here? Woo! Wow, it just felt like I went underwater. So I am sorry for those of you who did not want to hear that message, but, you know, feel free to do whatever you want, of course, Virgos. You always have your autonomy and your free will, even in twin flame situations, but I read the journey to inevitably, you know, unite the twin flames. So this is the path necessary for that, if that's what you want. All right, what's the light energy here? Kind of coming out stuck. Shock generator and lightning ball. Yeah, I could tell that there is some sort of shock. And, you know, it's hard to believe in a new beginning when things have ended, right? But the thing is, you need your peace right now, and you need to remember who you are and remember yourself. And the way to do that is through this Magnemite energy, which is, you know, electric, so it has to do with the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus is all about, you know, Leo in the 5th house of, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is me, Leo, my personality, what makes me, you know, what makes you, you, is the solar plexus. And here we have a lot of yellow energy. And, you know, peaceful amongst thorns, this is very much looking inside of yourself, right? Meditating and trying to figure out, you know, who you are. Definitely protect your solar plexus chakra is what I'm getting. They might feed off of you in that, especially because this is like a toxic sexual connection because it's Scorpio. And we have this yellow energy. So they could be feeding off of you through your solar plexus. So make sure you keep that protected, as well as maybe block off your third eye if you don't want them to attack you. But yeah, I know that this has generated shock, and the thing is, it needs to, right? It needs to generate shock in them. They can play out their little revenge games if they want, whatever. Keep your peace, find yourself again, because ultimately that is going to help you unite, right? It says, it moves while constantly hovering. It discharges thunder wave, it discharges thunder wave and so on from the units on its sides. So again, it talks about constantly hovering. And remember, we had Clefairy here, which charges from the moonlight, the emotional, you know, tides and everything that's been happening with the moon, right? 3 eclipses in 29 days. It's insane. I mean, it is eclipse season, but it's just a lot of energy. And to store that in your wings so that you can fly. And here we have like your ability to hover, right? And the ability is feeding off of your solar plexus energy of like, yep, this is me. This is me. Because you really need to return to your authentic self here. And understand that this person is toxic sexually, for sure. Because look at them, just going after the next person to try to get revenge. Like, fuck that fuck shit. Excuse my mouth. All right. But it talks about discharging thunder wave, right? And thunder wave is an attack that paralyzes other Pokemon. So the thing is like, it generates this like whoom, 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 just by like increasing the aura around itself. It paralyzes other Pokemon so that it can't come towards them. And I feel like that is what you should be doing here. Is really creating that aura around yourself of like, yep, this is me, this is who I am. And it's going to paralyze this other person from really being able to hurt you or attack you, right? They can want revenge, but if you're peaceful amongst what comes at you, they can't have it. They can't have revenge, right? You don't give them that satisfaction. And it talks about, you know, from the units on its sides, and we have magnets. And magnets, you know, positive and negative, you know, charges. So you definitely have to take in the positive and the negative and be able to balance that through this and find your peace, right? Because even this negative shit, it's caused your soul growth. Like, as shitty as it may be, it's like, you know, it's a gift to help your soul grow. Like, look at what this has taught you. It has taught you to never abandon yourself and to find yourself again, right? All right, what's the shadow here? Fire energy. So yeah, you have a lot of sexual passion for this person, and I totally understand that. You guys do have a lot of sexual passion towards each other. Your energy is Mars, the god of war and action and aggression, and here they are, Sagittarius moon, with all their fiery goodness, right? So I understand that for sure. And there still is that flame. And that's the thing that you need to remember in the shadow. Even though in the light, you know, you're going to be generating this energy on your own, you need to know that the flame's still there if you want it, right? It doesn't go away in the spiritual realm just because it goes away in the material realm. And in order to perfect it in the spirit realm, in the 5D, you have to work in the 3D to break these cycles, right? We have the wheel of fortune behind this guy. So it's very much finding yourself in order to break this cycle, because the fire is still there. You don't have to worry about that flame. Okay. This is also associated with the root chakra. So, you know, focus on like what you're eating, what you're drinking, you know, what makes you feel safe, right? And, you know, what roots you. And I think that's the issue, is that it's just not rooted the way that it needs to be. And it's because, you know, this peace amongst the thorns hasn't been found, right? So you need to be able to generate this shock, right? You're the shock generator, because you need to shock their mind in order to force them to do their work, you know? Because if you energetically you know, raise your vibration, it forces the other person to raise their vibration. It's just, you know, an energetic principle when it comes to these kinds of relationships. So just keep that in mind. In the extended, we will be looking further into your energy, into their energy, and then advice on how to best move forward in the month of July. What does Virgo need to hear about love right now? What does Virgo need to hear about love? Why are the phrases goodbye, I'm sorry, and I love you so easy to pronounce, yet so hard to say? Yeah, I feel like this person has not given you the verbal affirmations that you require, you know? And how I was picking up earlier, it was like, thank you guys for liking the video, because that's how you become number one. And what does Virgo do? They become number one, because you guys know, like, if someone verbally says something to you of how to get what you want, then that's what you do. It's just so simple. It's da-da-da-da-da. It follows a methodic thought process that Virgos are the best at. I mean, we just got to say it. Sorry, Capricorns. But I feel like this person, you know, either they left you without saying goodbye, which is kind of not what I'm feeling, because it looks like you might have been the one to end things, even though, like, spiritually they may have ended things and then you had to take the action. But I feel like they just couldn't say that they're sorry, and that they haven't, like, told you or showed you that they love you, right? It's just so easy to pronounce, but it's so hard to say. And I don't know, maybe if you, right? Because, like, instead of saying that they're sorry, they want revenge. It's just, like, very under-evolved energy. I feel like there's one more card here for you. What else does Virgo need to hear about love right now? Virgo need to hear about love? Whew. Well, you got two more. Desire does not demand love before it traps you, but desire with love creates a powerful bond. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, they desire you, but they demanded a certain type of love from you and tried to, like, trap you, right? That's not how it works. When you desire the other person and there's love, it already creates this bond. But there's definitely this sense of demanding, whether it's, you know, it feels like it's them from you, but obviously if they're demanding of you, that means you're demanding of them, because it's just an energetic tie that you have, right? Of demand a show. So, you know, just bring out the dancing lobsters, for Pete's sake. And, you know, find yourself, bring a little bit more upbeat energy into your life is what I'm feeling. Because you can't demand anything of this other person. They have to go through the journey on their own, right? You can't make them a real boy or make them a real girl. You know, as magical as you are, you're not that fairy godmother, right? That's not your role. You're a divine counterpart. So, right? And they can't demand of you either. True love is like a ghost who everyone talks about, but few have seen. Yeah, you know that this is your divine counterpart, or you wouldn't fucking be here, right? And I feel like everyone talks about, like, oh yeah, we're in love, da 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 da. It's like, nah. Unless you've been in a double dragon situation with your twin flame, you don't know love like I do, is what Virgo says. And I totally understand. And, you know, I've had those conversations in my own life. Is like, if you're not on the twin flame journey, you can't comprehend it. So just know, like, you have seen true love, right? And I feel like that's what makes it difficult, is because when you try to explain this kind of stuff, especially, like, look at them putting their heads together, kind of like the psychic connection that you have, a lot of people just don't understand. But just know, I understand, babies. I know how it is. So, like I said, if you want to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. Please also check out the solstice cycle breaking. If you have the stomach for it, it is pretty heavy. But when you break your cycles, the twins unite. That's just how it works. So, again, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more that I can send to you. Virgo, I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.